Hey gang, it's Sue, the Reluctant Chef. You guys ready for tonight's dinner? We're gonna start my videos now. I decided that y'all need to see my cute shoes because I started Pampered Chef 16 years ago because I love cute shoes. And look at these cute shoes. They match my little dress. Aren't they adorable? So you guys are gonna get to see my collection of shoes along with my cooking as we get going. So tonight, here, let me lift my tripod. It seems a little low. Tonight, we're gonna be cooking some lemon thyme chicken. So first thing I wanna show you guys is the Rapid Prep Mandoline. Many of you guys have seen me use it already. I thought I would show you the breakdown of it one more time and how easy it is. So when it is all put down and in your cupboard, the pusher is inside the carrying case and this is clicked on top. You're going to open the stand up and you're going to put the catching bin on top of it. Then you're going to push down on the front of the blade and you're going to add your push carrying case and you're going to click it into place here. And then you're just going to turn the handle and the handle will pop up. The handle is what actually moves and that's where the blade is. That's what's going to be slicing. Now, on the back section here, there are different measurements. So you'll see there's two different dials here. That will show you whether you want to dice or julienne or make french fries. And make sure, hey, I see a couple of you guys on. Make sure you say hi. So we're going to slice some radishes. I have some fresh radishes and we're going to slice them kind of thick. We're going to put them on a medium slice. So let me get those out first. Get some beautiful radishes at the store today. We're going to take our 5-inch utility knife. Remember, you guys, you use your loser fingers so you don't lose a finger, and you pinch the blade. So you're going to choke up on the blade and you're going to pinch here. And for those of you who have been a part of my VIP page for a long time, you're going to notice that rather than me doing my parties and my Facebook Lives in different groups all week long, I'm just going to do it right here in my VIP page. So invite your friends, let them come and see what's going on with Pampered Chef. And those that are here for a host, I'm going to be posting at the end of my video the Linktree master link, and it'll also be in the pinned announcement at the top. Every host is listed alphabetically by name. So if you're ready to place an order, you can just place the order right on your host specific link, and you'll see it. Their link has their name in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to put our radishes in. I want to do a couple of cuts because I'm not sure on the setting size first as to whether I have it at the right thickness. But what we're going to do is we're going to marinate our radishes in apple cider vinegar. Nice and thick. So we're going to be doing a salad. Now, if you were tuning into me last time I was using this, I cut a potato. I cut up like 3 potatoes in 30 seconds. It really is a Rapid Prep Mandoline. It has a setting for french fries, so probably this weekend I will make some french fries in the air fryer because a lot of you guys voted that you want to see the air fryer in action. I also got a great recipe from Megan Anderson. She's a personal trainer and a host of mine, and she made homemade bagels, two ingredient bagels in our air fryer. So totally going to do that Saturday morning. So you guys want to tune in for that. I'm not sure if my husband uses radish greens, so I don't want to compost these yet before I find out if he wants them. So I'll put them in this bowl. We'll ask him because he does greens of all kinds in his salads and stuff. So let me put the rest of the radishes in here. Oops, and this last one. I did lose one. Did you see that one jump out? It went flying. So nice consistent cuts so that they're the same thickness, which is perfect when you're doing a stir fry or if you're baking something because you want to make sure that it is at the same thickness. Now we're just going to use 1/4 cup. We're using the Bragg's apple cider vinegar, and we're just going to marinate this because the salad that we're going to be doing, that will give it a nice little tart flavor to it. So the next thing we want to get going are our potatoes because our potatoes take a long time in the oven, right? So I'm going to show you, let me get another tool here. I got to pull my compost stuff that I'm dropping everywhere. Let's come down to this cabinet. What do we got going in here? Oh, I gotta mill that out. Let's see. All right, so what we have here is our vegetable wedger. I'm not sure if we even sell this anymore, but I love the veggie wedger because it makes oranges or potatoes or other onions, whatever, easy because it just makes your perfect little wedges. So I'm just gonna snap through all of these. Actually, I'm just gonna whip through that. I've got the oven on at 425 degrees. We're gonna add a little bit of oil to this, and then I'm gonna grind some fresh thyme. Fresh rosemary on the potatoes, and we're gonna do fresh thyme on the chicken. So let's get this rolling. So I'd love to hear from you guys some of your favorite Pampered Chef products. So we are using our large grooved cutting board right now. You want to make sure that you're using either the polyurethane boards or our flexible cutting mats when you are using professional knives, because you want your knife to actually cut into the board. You don't want glass, granite, or wood. Wood can maintain bacteria, so you never want to do like chicken or fish or meat on wood. You could do vegetables or cheese on wood, but don't do any produce, anything that has the contamination factor that could get you sick. You do, however, if you use our polyurethane boards or our flexible cutting mats, you can just stick them in the dishwasher. Plus, you can also run bleach on them to disinfect them if you've used them for chicken, etc. So I highly recommend them. You want to have one nice cutting board. I love ours because of the, it's got the little rubber on the edges that will have measurements on it, and it also keeps it from rolling off the countertop. You know, it's not going to be traveling when you're cutting on it. You'll notice that my potatoes are currently in my one of the 3 mesh colanders. Now look at how fine, it's called a fine mesh colander. You can actually rinse quinoa in here. So if you guys eat quinoa, you should rinse it first. And we have my husband does this great toasted quinoa salad. It's really yummy. I might actually add that to this weekend's menu. Just toasting it in a pan till it's a little nutty smelling is so yummy. It really makes a big difference. It's those little tips. It's like adding zest to a recipe. It's those little tips that if you skip it, just don't make the recipe pop. So there we go. We got a whole bunch of that going on. So now we're gonna take, let's see, where's my rosemary? That's thyme. Here's my rosemary. Yes. All right, we're gonna take some olive oil. We're gonna toss the potatoes in olive oil. We are going to take our rosemary, and I'm going to show you how the herb grinder works. So here's our herb grinder. You can see it has my name on it because I have some that are in my kit when I go out and do live cooking shows, and then some that are in my kitchen. So the bottom has little blades that when you spin it will chiffonade your basil or your cilantro or your oregano, whatever you're cooking. When you take the 2 pieces out, there's what I call a pool ball. It's like heavy like a pool ball in here. That, when we shake it, will bring the herbs down into the grinder. And to clean this, it's so easy. You just pinch here and it just comes out, and you can just throw it in the dishwasher. So we're just gonna go ahead and take some time off. Guys always need some time, right? Gotta have time on my hands. And you don't actually have to take the stems part off, but I like to just kind of make sure that they're broken apart in there. And then, oh, I love the smell of rosemary and thyme. So I got thyme over there, I got rosemary here. Ready? Let's get some oil on it first so that it sticks to it. And we're gonna use a little salt and pepper. There we go. Okay, we're going to use our large spatula. It's called a scoop and spread, and you can tell why by the name. It's concaved in size so that it'll scoop into your mayonnaise for making like a pasta salad or potato salad. You know, summer's coming, folks. We're gonna be having pasta salads, a broccoli cauliflower salad, and all those yummy summer foods. I don't know why we don't make them in the winter. One time I had a hankering for potato salad in the winter, and I just made some. I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna make it. All right, so now we're just gonna grind this on, and then we shake the ball a little bit, and then it pushes it all back down in. Grind it a little bit more. There we go. Look at that. Now we'll toss it in the oil. Whoop. Come back, potato. Toss it in that. Looks lovely. So we're gonna add a little salt and pepper. So, love our salt and pepper grinders. Super easy to fill. I feel like you guys are so far away. Come closer. Comment below. I want to see who's here. Who's watching today? Salt and pepper grinders, easy to fill. The caps come off the top. They're nice stainless steel. So modern looking, easy to clean. There we go. Ta-da. All right, so that's that. We'll get this in the oven, get this cooking. This takes the longest time. This will probably take about 40 minutes or so. So we want to get that rolling. All right. We're using our large bar pan here. I'm going to show you some samples of bar pans. So stoneware comes unglazed, and the more you use it, the darker it gets. So that is a really seasoned stone. It's almost black in color. So perfect for what I'm using it for. Very non-stick. So we're going to use two different pans. So we're going to be using our stainless steel non-stick. So take a peek at that pattern. This pattern is a beehive pattern, and it has little bits of stainless steel along with our new coating, our new non-stick coating, which by the way is dishwasher safe, high heat safe, metal utensil safe, and dishwasher safe. So let me just go grab my chicken. Let me move this stuff out of the way. And grab our chicken. All right. So I gotta go get my my gloves here because I have chicken cootie. I can't stand chicken stuff. So it's just one of those things, right? We all have our things. I should also, let me do my cucumber while I have this open and going. So this cucumber, look at this lovely cucumber. It was grown right here in Florida. I'm so excited. My husband's a great gardener. We want to get things ready for the salad, so we want to make sure that our cucumber and our other stuff are out of the way from my chicken. All right, that's far enough. Good deal. So let's tell you what we're making. I posted the recipe online earlier. So we're using a little bit of salt and pepper and flour to dredge our chicken. So let me salt and pepper this. And I'm doing two different sections. I'm doing gluten-free and non-gluten-free, so my daughter-in-law can enjoy without distress. How many of you guys out there are gluten-free or know somebody who's gluten-free? If you guys have some favorite recipes, I'd love to hear them. I'd be happy to give them a try them out here, Facebook Live. I do a chicken sweet potato pad thai, which is really yummy. I do a chicken and asparagus and a wine sauce. There's a couple of other really great recipes that are my favorites. Let's see. All right, so we need lots and lots of paper towels because we want to dry this out. I should have grabbed my wine glass because I was going to show you the wine opener tonight, but that might have to be at the end. I'm going to have all my faculties with me as I'm cooking this new recipe. You know me, I am the reluctant chef. That means I never really liked cooking, but I've learned to cook, so I'm getting better at it. All right, let's prep for my show, because normally I go live an hour from now, but we have this new series called Tunes on the Dunes. And so on Thursday nights, they're having concerts down at the beach. And the beach is like 6 miles from us. So I don't want to miss out on some of the fun things happening while we're down here, right? This is like an extended vacation. Okay, so we're just gonna dry our chicken. Now, again, reluctant chef here. I used to skip this stage. I used to skip doing the dredging or the drying with a paper towel. Why is that important? I'm gonna tell you. Because you do not want to be poaching your chicken. And if you don't dry the water off of it, it's gonna be like it's being poached, okay? And we don't want that. We wanna make sure that it's completely dry and that it is just using the breading as your cooking, the oil and the breading. The other thing I'm gonna show you guys after I get these dredged is I'm going to use the meat tenderizer, because when you are using chicken breasts purchased at the store or almost anywhere, it's thicker at one end and then it's thin at the other end. And the problem with that is that it takes longer to make sure that the part that is thick is cooked completely through. So rather than have that be an issue, what you want to do is you want to pound the fat end so that it is skinny, and then it will all cook at the same time. And you know how important that is. You hear me say that all the time when I go live, right? Making sure that your vegetables are the same thickness so that they cook at the same time frame. Making sure your chicken is the same thickness so that it cooks at the same time frame. That kind of thing. So let me get my last piece of chicken over here done. And then we're gonna pound it. I should have pounded it before I dredged it, but you know what? We are the reluctant chef. We're not always well prepared. You know, this is the way life happens. Is this the way it happens in your household too? Share below. I want to hear from you guys. Is this the way it works in your home? You guys have all these kind of bloopers that you're like, oh, if I had a camera, I'd be walking off camera right now because I forgot a tool or whatever. I am going to learn how to do a blooper roll because I think you guys would be amused. My husband said that my blooper roll should be every time I walk off camera because I'm unprepared and I didn't have the tool I was looking for, and I'm walking up and down my kitchen counter looking for it, which, you know, I'm an everyday chef just like you guys. All right, so we'll do that. And then I'll do Logan's last. Let me get my meat tenderizer here, which I believe is underneath here. Oh, where did it go? It was right here. All right, 1 minute as we go off camera once more. Oh, here it is. Okay, so meat tenderizer. My husband's laughing in the background because once again I'm off camera. So meat tenderizer, flat on the bottom. We joke that if you're walking, it's super heavyweight, so you could be walking and then you could, like, you know, because somebody goes to attack you, you've got a weapon. If you unscrew this here and you spin it the other way, so chicken for the flat side, but look, it's got a pokey side on the other one. You could do your meat with that. You can also do peanut butter cookies. I've done peanut butter cookies with it. Really good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we gotta get another baggie because we don't want our chicken parts going flying everywhere, right? Which is what's gonna happen if we do that. Now, I want you to know, just because I'm picking up the floured chicken with the same glove that I'm gonna pick up the gluten-free chicken, she's not that sensitive. She's not celiac, she's just gluten sensitive. So we are conscientious to cook for her, but it's not like you're watching me and you're like, oh my God, you touched that, because we have a friend, we went out to dinner last night and she has a serious shellfish allergy. And so we went out to Hibachi Japanese and they were cooking, and they went over to one side and they put fish on one of the hibachis and they came over with the same spatula and everybody on our side was like, stop, stop. it's like it's fish, it's not shellfish. We're like, nope, different spatula. No cross-contamination allowed. Okay, so now we're going to use, do you mind grabbing me out the large thing of the canola or vegetable oils? Pretty please?
You talking to me?
I am talking to you. You, off camera. My helpful person. All right, so we're going to turn on the front burner to medium. Front burner.
What do you want? Massage oil?
No, massage oil maybe later. I would like the canola or olive oil in that big container in the kitchen. So we're going to go ahead and heat this up. Let me see what we got going. So in a small bowl, combine flour, salt, and pepper. We're going to set aside a little salt and pepper for the sauce. We're going to heat oil in a non-stick skillet over medium heat. We're going to add the chicken and we're going to cook it about 7 to 9 minutes until the juices run clear. Then we're going to remove it and keep it warm. Then we're going to make a sauce out of, we're going to make a roux basically with the flour, the salt, and the pepper, and we're going to add our fresh thyme in, and we're going to add some chicken broth in, and we're going to make a nice little glaze to go on the top of it. And then I'm going to also cut up some carrots, and I'm going to roast some carrots to go with my potatoes so we have some pop of color, and then I'm going to finish my salad. So this is going to get hot. I'm going to pound this other 2 chicken breasts down, and then we're going to go ahead and, here, I might even just stick that in there for now. We're going to go ahead and just cook them. Now I'm cooking them in a stainless non-stick pan rather than a regular non-stick, because I want to get some of those burnt on bits that make the really good fond, F-O-N-D. That's the sauce that you scrape up off the bottom of a pan and you deglaze it with either wine or chicken broth. Very much. My lovely assistant. He's really the cook in the family. He's been cooking since we've been down here. He's done a great job. Planned meals, done the grocery shopping, done all the cooking. It's been lovely, I will have to say. I've enjoyed every bit of his cooking. We do fish tacos maybe a few too many times for me. We joke about that. But I did like it. I liked my fish tacos when we did it in the air fryer. So, let me see. I gotta get a little hotter. I liked it better when it was in the air fryer. It was a little bit more crispy for me, and it was breaded a little bit differently. I liked that. So I think we might try that this week. We've been fishing. We is not me. Hi, Jackie. We're doing lemon thyme chicken, rosemary, red potatoes, and I'm doing a new salad that I got out of here. Real Simple. I posted it, I think, earlier. Real Simple magazine. So I was flipping through it the other day, and I was like, oh, that one looks like one I want to try. Now, of course, they didn't, down here in Florida, they do not have the ingredients. Their grocery stores, I'm telling you, you've heard me complain. I love Florida, but, like, I can't get a Pink Lady apple to save my life that is crispy and yummy, and when I get them, I'm paying like $4 to $5 a pound for an apple, for the kind of apple I want. So I'm having to find other apples that I like because I'm not willing to pay that kind of money. Now, I will say, Publix is more expensive, so you only go to Publix if you want organic, fancy. But sometimes you have to go there because the regular grocery stores don't have what you need. So we had to do that. There's other things that are very expensive down here. So, nicely pounded, same thickness, we're doing good. Now we're just gonna go ahead and cook these up. Nice, get a little sear going. Yes, that's what we want. All right. I better set a timer because you know me, talking and cooking, not so great. We'll set it for 7 minutes. All right, so let me move my mess out of here so we can move on to what's next. Me and my 27 pairs of gloves. I've learned to bring gloves when I come and do live cooking shows because one time I was riding home from a show after cutting jalapenos, and I rubbed my eye and I had jalapeno on my eye, and oh lordy, I thought I was going to shoot through the roof on that one. That was not fun, so I learned to wear gloves for certain things. Okay, so thinly slice my radishes, add 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, which if you didn't see me use, I used the Cute Baby 4 tablespoon measure all cup. We are using, it said English cucumbers, but you saw I cut my cucumbers with that my husband grew. Now we're gonna do 1/3 cup of almond butter, some toasted sesame seeds, and water chestnuts. And so the radishes sit for about 15 minutes in the apple cider vinegar. And then I'm going to bring water to a boil, and I'm going to boil up, it says to boil up soba noodles, but of course I don't have soba noodles. So we're going to be using just some, rice noodles because they're gluten-free. It's just to make a nice little side salad. And then, so we're going to let that cool off after we cook that. And then we're going to take the almond butter and a little bit of salt, and we're going to put some vinegar from the radishes, 3 tablespoons of vinegar in it, and we're going to mix that up to make a dressing. So why don't I do that now, and I can do the dressing in my manual food processor. So let's do that. Also, let's show you what we're going to be using for our tongs when we're working with our chicken. So our new tongs that just came out have these grippers on them, which is perfect for pasta, but for just grabbing anything out of a big bowl. And again, it has the same toggle unit that when you push it together, it moves down and it locks. And then when you push it this way and you squeeze them in, the toggle unit comes out and it opens your tong. So we're gonna let that cook. Let's get the almond butter out. Now, I hope you guys saw me do almond butter this past week. I think it was this past week, or maybe it was the week before. I do it pretty regularly. I do almond butter and peanut butter on a regular basis in my deluxe cooking blender, which is down the other side of the kitchen. So I'll probably be making some more of that. I have found a secret with the almond butter though. Toast your almonds first. Stick them in the oven, put them on a bar pan, toast them for about 20 minutes or so, because what you want is you want them to be soft, and then they'll make the peanut butter without you having to add too much of the extra oil, because sometimes it gets too oily. Like this. See, this is a little thin. That's because I had to add extra oil to that. So I like my peanut butter and my almond butter a little bit thicker. So next time, I'll toast the almonds a little bit longer so that they're just easier to grind. Peanut butter you don't have to add oil to. And actually, because it's so small, how about we use our measure-all cup. There we go. We'll do our salad dressing in our measure mix all cup. This one, you just push this top, super easy. You guys see? Yeah. Oh, look at that. See how lovely that chicken's looking? A little brown on it. That's what we want. How's yours going? That's looking good. Good. So we'll flip it over. We'll add another 5 or 7 minutes. All right. All right, so that's going. Now let's get our carrots rolling. Rough with those out too. This is how cooking with stew goes, right? Like we're always working our way around the kitchen. So the most important part for me, honestly, is trying to make sure that I get the things like the potatoes in the oven so that they have enough time to be roasting while I'm chatting on my video, and they'll be done when the rest of the meal is done. So, and we're going to be slicing up our chicken and adding it with the sauce at the end. So you know at home in New Hampshire that you can buy those really big bags like at Walmart of carrots? Oh my gosh, down here, it took us forever to find bags that were like that. We had to go to the commissary on base. I don't know, they just have tiny little carrot bags. I'm like, I eat carrots a lot. So we're just gonna peel them. We're gonna put them in a small covered baker. I love using stoneware when I do my carrots because it gives it a nice moist flavor. You know, it roasts them so that they're sweet. It doesn't dry them out. And I always add a little garlic oil. A little salt and pepper maybe. So, you guys voted. I noticed that you guys want to see me do the air fryer, so I think I'll do, I'll get the ingredients to do bagels for either tomorrow or Saturday. I might do tomorrow, because I have some of that everything bagel rub, so maybe I'll do that. I'll also do some French fries in the air fryer, and maybe we'll do our fish, because tomorrow is Fish Taco Friday, right? So, I think the key is maybe we're going to use the beer battered chicken coating. You know, you put beer in with it. I think that that's what made it taste so good last time. Okay. How are we doing here? We're getting there. I should have put, I got a splatter screen, but I didn't put it on. A little late now. So I was talking about cutting boards. You guys want to make sure that you're using either the flexible cutting mat or the white cutting board that I was using earlier with the radishes, because you want to make sure that your knives don't get damaged. One nice knife, one nice pan in your kitchen will make all the difference in the world. You definitely want a sharp knife. Sharp knives are actually the safer knife to use. You're less likely to cut yourself if your knife is sharp. It's the dull knife that you're sawing or pushing down too hard that doesn't actually cut through the food that gets dangerous. You don't want to do that. Alright, we got our carrots. Let me go get a small baker here. This is so adorable. So this is like the deep dish covered baker mini. Isn't that just adorable? So tiny, it's so cute. Alright, this is gonna go a little bit lower. A little hot. There we go. That's almost done. Get these going. Now, I might start these if you don't have time. You can start them in the microwave because stoneware is microwave and oven safe. Our new stoneware on the bottom, you'll be able to see like a wavy pattern on it. That is dishwasher safe. So make sure you check the bottom of your stoneware before you put it in the dishwasher. Alright, so this looks good. I'm going to just stop that. And let me get the garlic oil. So, for those of you who might be doing what's called a low FODMAP diet, which is no garlic, no onion, if you create your own garlic oil by bringing some oil to just before a boil and then steeping your garlic in it so that you're not getting the actual chunks of garlic. You can actually use your, you can use garlic in your recipe. So that's what we're doing for Logan. We're trying to make it as easy for her to stick to a diet that works for her body. So some of you guys might be eating paleo or keto or Whole30. We got recipes for you. All right, so now we're gonna flake this up and pull it off to the side. Now you wanna make sure you temp it, so we gotta make sure we get our little new thermometer out, which is new. There it is. And it has a probe on it. So if you guys aren't familiar with this, let's get this in the oven first. Oh, the potatoes smell so good. Okay, digital thermometer. Push the little button, pull out the probe from the back. And it's got a magnet here as well as a clip. If you're the type of person like me that you need to clip it to yourself, clip it to your apron so you don't forget. So we're gonna temp our chicken, but there's a probe that you can plug into it and it can go into your oven. So if you're cooking a turkey or a roast, all right, my timer's going off, that's good. All right, let's see. Oops, we need a little bit more time. I'm glad I temped it. Just a little bit more for these. We don't want to get anybody sick. All right, so what else do we have left to do? We have to take our vinegar, 3 tablespoons of vinegar from our radishes. So, we got a half a tablespoon here. So we took radishes in apple cider vinegar. We're going to go ahead and take 1, 2, 3, and I have to do 6 because this is half a tablespoon. 4, 5, and yes, I'm counting because I can't tell you how many times I went Facebook Live and I was like measuring out baking powder or baking soda and I lost count of where I was at. Never good when you're baking to have that happen, right? All right, anything else on this? Almond, butter, oh, a little bit of salt. Couple of cranberries. Let's cover them. Shake. All right, so all we have to do is our noodles. I'm gonna wait till the potatoes are ready for the noodles so that it's, oh no, because the noodles have to cool, so never mind. I'm gonna get a pot and we're gonna go ahead and do our noodles. Now, one of the things with these noodles is you get the water up to a boil and then you put it in and then you take it off the burner so that it will stop cooking. And it only takes a couple of minutes because it's super thin. All right, temp our chicken now. Okay, so it's just shy of where we want it to be. One of the things that you want with meat is you want it to sit and rest. So I'm going to just let it sit and rest for a few minutes so that it doesn't dry out. That'll help absorb the moisture and the liquids from it, and then it will be ready to go. Then we're just going to take a little bit of flour and we're going to go ahead and add it to our recipe. So last ingredient are lemons, and my lemon juice is here. Okay, so we are going to take another one of the Pampered Chef bowls. These match our chip and dip tray set, which I love. We're going to remember always to use the bridge method. Hold your hand like a bridge and put your knife in the center and cut like this. Don't hold something round on the edge and try to cut it. You're likely to have my phone from an hour from now. All right, so now we're just gonna put our lemons in. Now you notice I'm putting my lemons in with the bump side up, so that's the correct way to use the zester. I'm just gonna go ahead and zest and juice. Not zesting, we're juicing our lemon. Although I should have zested it first, because then I could do blueberry coffee cake. Maybe I'll do that this weekend too. I'll do a blueberry lemon. I did a really yummy scone, white chocolate and blueberry scone one time. I wish I saved the recipe because it came out great. And then I tried it a second time. I didn't have the right recipe. It didn't come out nearly as good. I hate that when you try something new and you're not quite sure. Okay, so we have that. Now we have to grind our fresh thyme in there. This is all going to be part of our little roux. Okay, put in our herb grinder. Now back home somewhere, I have the herb stripper, or in one of my boxes that is up in the attic here, I have an herb stripper, which takes all of your thyme off of the leaves. I guess I actually don't need to grind it much, but I'll just strip it and grind it anyway. So what are you guys having for dinner tonight? Let's talk about some other Paper Chef tools. Wine opener, must-have tool. Pineapple wedger. You see I got a couple of pineapples on the counter here. Going to be wedging those up. We might be grilling some pineapple too. I'm thinking that since on special this month, it's double free products month this month, by the way. If you guys want to host, it's double free. So once you hit the $6.50 mark, you're going to earn twice as much as any other time of the year. Plus, the portable grill is on special. The Rock Crock pizza stone, so I might actually do some nachos or something out on the grill. The Rock Crock everyday pan. We've got some cast iron that is on special this month, 60% off. All right, so there we go. Put that in here. We'll grind it so it's smaller. Okay, chicken broth. Got a container of chicken broth out. Here we go. So we need a cup of chicken broth. Now remember that your Easy Read measuring cups, when you're using it for solids, you push this down and you read the red measurements for solids, and then you just push it up and it spurts it out. When you're doing liquids, you just use the blue measurements and you use this side. Perfect. Planning. I was afraid it was going to be short. I'm going to add that. What else do we have in our little ingredient thing? That's it. Oh, recipe is over here. Make sure we got it all. All right, melt butter, add onions. We're skipping onions because Logan can't have that. Thyme. Okay, bring to a boil and thicken. Let's serve over chicken. All right, so we're just going to take the chicken off, and we're going to thicken up our sauce. We're going to split it between both pans. Okay. Looks good. So I'll show you what I mean by the fond and the burnt on bits. So when you are cooking, you're going to get this nice kind of just little pieces and crispies from your chicken, and that you want to deglaze your pan with a liquid and use as a sauce. So this is going to be yummy. All right, so we're going to mix this up, and we're going to use it in here, a little bit in each. So now we're going to turn the stove back on. We're going to bring this to a boil. And then we're going to put our corresponding flour in order to make our roux. So we're going to thicken it up with, one of these is almond flour and the other one is regular flour. Grab my regular flour. I know many of you guys have asked, I'm going to show it to you again. King Arthur flours out of Vermont, love them. Went up for a little visit. I love this little bar here because when you're doing a measuring cup, you just drag it like this and it gives you a nice flat measurement, which you need when you are doing baking. You want it to be flat. Also, just a tip for those of you guys who don't know, if you don't sift your flour, like a lot of times it asks you to sift your flour, and if you don't sift it, you should do this. You should shake your flour and fluff it up before you measure it, because it's the same, you know, it's kind of like sifting. You don't want it to be all packed down. We have a digital scale, and that's really great for when you're weighing flour, because a lot of the really good chefs, they use your ounces of how much you're using rather than cups. Okay. I just want to make sure I have everything I need here. Yep, scraping the bottoms till I get my brown bits. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and turn this into our little roux, and then finish my salad, and dinner will be ready. So we are going to have some fresh greens from the garden. I'll have my husband pick out some. He's got some lettuce and baby romaine and a few other greens that are popping up already out in the garden. So I'll have him bring some of that in, and I will take some pictures. So remember, I am the reluctant chef. I am not perfect, but I love being able to use tools that make my life easier in the kitchen. I'll be coming live more often in this page now that all of my parties are going to be done right in here. So you guys are going to be seeing probably 3 or 4 posts a day in here on a regular basis. Maybe they're tools that I'm going to be using in cooking dinner that night. And when I go live, I'll be coming live in this page more often than in individual groups. That way you guys, who are my Pampered Chef, you know, favorites, can get to see everything that's going on. So thank you for joining me. I will stay tuned. I will keep up with you guys as to so what the specials are and what you can earn for free this month. Put that up here. And I'll sign off for now. Thanks for watching, Jocelyn. Let us know what you guys had for dinner tonight.